Hello, 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 hello. Alright, we're here with Everlasting Summer. Pick this up off of Steam today. It's free to play, so you can go ahead and get it or whatever. But anyway, we're back. I have a bit of a ear infection and cold, so I apologize. But yeah, you guys see it? I think it's only audio, but yeah. Anyway, we're gonna be playing Everlasting Sim today. Bit of a break from Dota. I needed that. So, yeah. Actually, I'm thinking, maybe not. Let me just. Right, let's do this then. Okay, getting everything fixed up. There we go. Anyway, this is a game by Soviet Games. I'm hoping there's nothing like too. But it's apparently like it's kind of anime visual novel love story. So since I'm not feeling that great, I thought we would get something that relied a lot on whatever. Okay. Alright. New game. Let's do this. Let's do this. I was having that dream once again. That dream. Oh yeah, that one. I love that dream. Same time, same thing every night. Already losing my speech. But it's all forgotten in the morning, as usual. You know, sad, isn't it? It's really sad. Maybe it's for the best. Maybe. Only a glimpse of memory will remain. Gates half opened as if inviting me somewhere, with two frozen stone pioneers standing in close by. Yeah. And also that strange girl. What strange girl? Who keeps asking me? Will you come with me? I don't know. Will I? Come? No, I don't want to. But where? Yeah. And why? And where am I anyway? Of course, if it all happened in real life, I would certainly have been scared. Yeah, I know. I would have been too. Don't worry. Well, what else would one expect to feel? Just try to very covertly set up my stuff on the other side. But this is just a dream. Same one I see every night. There must be a reason. One sec, guys, just gonna mute the mic for a sec. Oh, sorry. Turns out I actually didn't mute the mic. I muted the desktop. Well done. GG, well played. probably did that as well yesterday, now that I think of it. God, I'm so dumb. Alright. Back. You don't have to know where or why to realize something is really happening, right? Something desperately seeking my attention. Since everything that surrounds me here is real. As real as things in my own flat. I could open the gates, hear the hinges creak, brush the crumbling rust away with my hand, and inhale the fresh, cool air and shiver from the cold. I could, but to do that I would need to pick myself up, take a step, move my hand. This is a dream, I understand that, but what of it? What does my understanding change? Because here, it's just like on the other side of the cracked screen on an old TV, which struggles to fight against static noise and strives to show its audience everything without missing a single detail. Goodness, good philosophy. But the picture's getting blurry. I must be waking up soon. Oh no, I'm not awake. Maybe I should ask her something. The girl. What's her name? About the stars, for instance. No, the stars. So. Why the stars though? I'd rather ask her about the gates. Yes, the gates. She would be so surprised. Or better, why the dot over an I was called a tittle, but the dot over a J was called a superscript dot. A question for the ages. Nice letters, yeah, nice letters. As if they don't exist anymore. So you can see this was actually originally made in Russian. It's the art's Russian. Still, what do letters, gates, stars have to do with this place? Because even if I'm having this dream every night, which will be forgotten soon anyway, I've got to look for answers here and now. And there, if you look carefully, you can see the Magellanic clouds, as if I'd ended up in the southern hemisphere. Wow. In a dream, there are the small things that catch your attention. An unnatural color of grass, impossible curves of straight lines, or your own distorted reflection, while the real danger, which could put an end to everything right here and now, seems trivial. It's natural, since here you cannot die. I know it for sure. I've done it hundreds of times. My voice is gonna break at any point now. But if you cannot die, is there a point in living? I think so, yeah. I should ask the girl. She's a local. She should know. Yes, exactly. It's like I've got a dual personality thing here going on. I should ask her about the owl, for example. There it is. Hey, owl. Hey, oh, okay. One strange bird it is, though it doesn't matter. ... Will you come with me? And every time I have to answer, it's the only way, otherwise the dream will never end and I will never wake up. No? Anyone? Okay. Sure, I'll come with you. Every time it's so hard to decide on the answer. Well, where am I? What am I doing here? Who is she? And why does so much of my life depend on this answer? Well, maybe it doesn't. It's just a dream after all. If you're wondering why there are those black parts, it's because because it's in a window, Siphon Inject can't handle it very well, and if it's full screen, I can't tab out of it to manage the stream. Just a dream. Yeah, it is. And now we go back to real life. Oh. Okay. This computer. Look, it's like looks kind of like my computer. The keyboard's much bigger. What was that? Can't see anything until oh, What is that? There's like some flower there. And there's that girl from that cartoon or whatever. The computer's screen stared at me as if it was alive. Well, there we go. The real villain of the story now. Uh-oh. Sometimes it really did seem to me that it was conscious of itself, had its own thoughts and wishes, ambitions, that it had feelings, could love and suffer. It can't. Just saying. As if in our relationship, the screen wasn't an instrument. It was me who was a lifeless piece of plastic and textilite. Ooh, so philosophical. There is some truth in that. Probably because the computer provides 90% of my communication with the outside world. Sounds just like me. Anonymous image boards, some chats from time to time, rarely ICQ or Jabber, and forums even more rarely. I know. People on the other end. Oh man. I read that before I spoke it. People on the other end of the internet cable simply do not exist. Here's the big revelation. They don't, kids. Well, they do. Don't worry about that. All of them are simply creations of its sick imagination, an error in the source code, or a kernel bug, which started living a life of its own. Oh, shit. And what is that? Why is everything so blurry? Why is everything so blurry? It's a chandelier. Chandelier simulator. All of them? What? Oh, I think I accidentally scrolled my mouse around and pulled it back. That shows how pro of a gamer I am. Honestly, it's insane. If one looked at my existence from the outside, such thoughts would seem crazy, and a psychologist would surely give me a bunch of sophisticated diagnoses and maybe write me a doctor's referral to the loony bin. Maybe, I mean, at this rate, I think he probably would. Because it's true, he would. And that's a night. Oh, more light. Still remember not to push this mouse wheel because it's scrolling forward. Ay. A small apartment with no signs of repair or any semblance of order in it, and always the same view out the window on a gray megalopolis, running somewhere day and night. Such are the conditions of my life. Are they? You could change those conditions. You could be a man. Well, of course, it didn't all start like this. No, I'm sure it didn't. I was born, really? Went to school and finished it like all the others. Well done. Always finish school, kids. Always finish school. I was accepted at a university where I spent a year and a half trailing behind and struggling. I drifted through several jobs. Oh, sometimes it was working out quite well. Sometimes I was even getting decent money for it. But it all felt as if it was not mine, as if taken from another man's biography. Deep, that's deep, it really is. I wasn't living life to its fullest, it was looping over and over in monotonous circles. Like in the movie like in a movie imagine saying that in Russian. I don't know what you would say in Russian. If you know, tell me, but it's just that I had no choice in how to spend my day, and every day repeated itself, the same vicious spiral. A spiral of emptiness, misery, and despair. Yeah. Life is horrible. For the last few years, I just sat in front of the screen all day. All the time. All day, all night. Sometimes there were menial jobs. Sometimes my parents helped me. Wow, nice parents. All in all, I was able to provide for myself. Nice. No wonder, really, since my needs are quite minor. Oh, I hardly ever leave my home, and my communication with other people almost exclusively consists of online correspondence with the anonymous, who have no real name, no gender, no age. How sad. So in brief, a quite typical life of a quite typical antisocial person of his time. Wow. So sad. Kind of dark. The references just keep on pouring in. Kind of Donnie Darko on a minor scale without doomsday related visions. Maybe some highly respected author will write a novel about me and it will become a contemporary classic of modern literature. Or I will write one myself. Yeah, either way is good, honestly. I mean, feel free. However, what's the point of fooling myself? I tried many times, but couldn't even come up with a simple, short story. I tried to learn many other things as well. Man, this intro just goes on and on, doesn't it? Not gifted enough to draw? Yeah, welcome to my world. Programming, got bored. Not quite. Foreign languages takes too much time. I know a couple. The only thing I loved doing was reading, but I never would have called myself a scholar. I think if you're a scholar, you have to read a lot. Perhaps I was an ace at watching anime and a grandmaster of lame internet jokes. No, I hold that prize. Come on, get out of here. If I were to get paid for it, I would probably be a happier person, and a richer person too, but I doubt it would fill the hole inside me. Oh, that's so sad. Today was another typical day of a typical failur's typical life. Wow. And today is the day when I have to go to my university reunion. Oh, university. Oh, reunions, come on. Frankly speaking, I really didn't want to. No, that's sad. I mean, what is the point? The time I spent with them was so short. It's like a mere second. However, I was persuaded by a friend, my former university mate, and one of the few with whom I kept in touch, other than through the internet. Oh, poor you. So no, no. Oh, look at that. That's actually really pretty. I wonder if it's Cantra. Because it's very nice. It's really great art style. They love blurring though, don't they? It's like professional blur artists. Okay, so he's going to a bus. He's going to a bus in this frozen wasteland of ice. Frosty evening. Bus stop. Waiting. I never liked winter. No? The hot summer is not my season either. Do you like fall or something? It's just that I see no reason to point out any particular time of the year. It doesn't matter much what weather is outside when you cat. What the weather is outside when you stay at home 24/7. The bus today was running so late that I was about to curse it all and spend my last few hundred rubles for a taxi. The idea of just returning home didn't cross my mind for some reason. As usual, millions of thoughts flew through my mind, but there was not a single useful one to seize on. I'm like cuddling with my pillow here because I don't have to do anything, just press space or click. Such a thought that you could bring into existence, give a shape, turn into an idea, and put it to practice. Maybe I could start my own business. Yeah, that's always a good idea. But where would I get the money from? Make that money from another business and then start that money with business from another business. Or maybe I could go back to working in an office. No. No way. No way, Jose. Maybe I should try freelancing. But what skills do I have? And who would want me after all? Nobody. That's how sad you are. I suddenly remembered my childhood. We figured it out, guys. We solved the game. He's an amnesiac. We did it, everyone. Or rather, my teen years, the time when I was 15 to 17 years old. Why exactly those years? I don't know. You tell me. No idea. Okay, good. I guess it's because back then, everything was much more simple. It was easier to make decisions, so complicated now, and so simple then. Waking up in the morning, I knew exactly how my day was going to pass, and I always eagerly looked forward to the weekend. Then I could get some rest and have time for the things I liked. Computer, football, going out with friends. Slowly it was like football eliminated, going out with friends. You said computer. And then, at the beginning of next week, I'd take up my studies again. Back then, there was no such worrying questions like why, who needs it, what will change if I do it, or what will not change. A simple lifestyle, so casual for any normal person, and so odd to myself today. That careless childhood age. It was also then that I met my first love. Oh. Her appearance and personality have vanished from my memory. Only her name remains, like a brief line from a social network profile, along with the feelings which overwhelmed me when I was with her. Affection, tenderness, the desire to care for her and to protect her. Sadly, it didn't last long. Today, I can hardly imagine something like that happening. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry, it's a love story visual novel. It'll happen to you. I would probably like to meet a girl, but I don't know how to start a conversation, what on earth to discuss, and how to attract her. Oh, it's sad. Well, I haven't met any suitable girls for a long time. Oh, he's got high standards. You should always have high standards. Always. But where could I meet one anyway? I don't know, just go like to a restaurant or something? Maybe not a restaurant, but it's kind of fun. Okay. The sound of an engine brought me back to reality. Man, I love the art style. A bus pulled over. There was something abnormal about it, though. I thought. Then again, it doesn't matter. Only the 410 runs this route. Street lights pass me by. It's as if their cold light sparks inside of me, trying to ignite feelings long dead. Or maybe not ignite, just awaken them. Because those feelings, they have been living in me for a long time, slumbering and waking up again. The driver's radio was playing some very familiar tune. It's like, it's that one that you always hear, but you don't know what it is. But I was listening to it. Okay, well, that's fine. I was watching the cars passing by through the fogged up window. Wow. Because people are always rushing somewhere, chasing something they need, stuck in their own little worlds. Why would they care about mine? I don't know. Why would they? They probably have their own serious problem, or maybe they have much easier lives. I don't know. I would never want to trade my life for somebody else's. You can't know for sure, since all people are different. Or are they? Da da da. Sometimes, someone's actions can easily be predicted, but if you try to look inside his soul, you will only see impenetrable darkness. Wow, deep. That's philosophy right there, kids. The bus was approaching downtown, and my thoughts were interrupted by the bright city lights. Hundreds of billboards, thousands of cars, millions of people. What, in this one city? Wow. Although, I guess that's possible, right? But it looks more like a town than a city. I watched the slideshow, and somehow I got terribly sleepy. This might be best snoring impression. My eyes closed just for a moment, and then... Did the game crash? No. Yes. Whoa. Let's turn this up. Whoa, it's like a complete montage. I thought that's exactly right with this one. Oh boy. Whoa! What's happening? Whoa! What is this? Whoa! Who are you? What? What are you doing, man? What is going on? I never met this one before. What is that? What? I'm not even gonna bother pronouncing their name. Oh, someone's over there. Should be there. Who's that one? Tell me, who is that? I think it's Yoda, yes. Confirmed, Yoda is in this game. It's been confirmed. Yoda, we're following you. Our heart is there. Our heart is yours. Bright daylight struck my eyes. At first, I didn't pay attention as I wasn't fully awake yet. One sec, guys. Just gonna grab something quick. Okay, back. On their own legs, my legs carried me towards the door. What? What's going on? Semyon. Damn, looks like I fall asleep and miss my stop. Uh-oh. My name is Semyon, but there was no door. Oh no. I looked around the bus and realized that it wasn't a good old worn out Liaz. Instead, the bus was an Icarus model, a new one. I froze in shock. How? What? Am I dead? Have I been kidnapped? No, I must be dead. Okay. I must be dead. Pat myself down feverishly. Slapped myself painfully in the face a few times. Banged my forehead on the back of one of the bus's seats. It's clear. Either I'm still alive, or you can still feel pain when you're dead. How could this happen? Maybe I slept for too long and ended up at the bus depot. And then what? They put me onto another bus. I rushed up to take a look around. Greenery wherever I looked. Tall grass on the roadside. Trees. Flowers. summer. I thought he hated summer. But how? It was winter just a moment ago. You had a very long nap. Jeez, it's not that hard to understand. My head was aching unbearably, as if it was going to explode. Maybe it would, honestly. Slowly, I began to remember. What happened? Oh boy. They did experiments to him on the bus. It was brutal. The long road running off into the distance. Forests, plains, fields, lakes, and forests again. I think I was sleeping, but then how can I remember all of it? And then, God, some girl leaning over. What? She softly whispered something into my ear. Then a gap came. This is safe to use no quotation. And then, I woke up here. Did you, bro? Who was that strange girl? Or was she just a dream? For some reason, thinking about her made me feel better and calmed me down a little. I felt warmth all over, coming from the inside. Could it be her who brought me here? Then I needed to find her. And then the best place to look for her is away from here. I rushed to the left, then to the right, then stopped, hesitating over where to go. Finally, I ran in the direction from which the bus had probably come. ... Run away. ... Physical exercise does refresh one's mind. Thoughts become clear, and it gets a little easier to evaluate the surrounding reality. Welcome, everybody, to fitnessadverts.com. Not in my case, however. I was sitting on the roadside, wheezing and trying to ease my sore throat, kind of like me, by gulping breaths of hot air. One sec, guys, just got a cough. Back. In any case, the run did its job. The fear withdrew for a while. I mean, apart from the fact that you're like in the southern hemisphere or whatever, that's fine. But apart from that, everything's great. Maybe I really am just dreaming. Maybe. Though recalling my self-harm on the bus, I immediately rejected the idea. Semyon, I am neither dreaming nor dead. A narrow road ran through the field and far into the distance. That exact same road from my dream. I must be very far away from home. And it's not just that it was winter yesterday and it's summer now. It's the whole environment. Of course, summer is usually like this, green and hot, but here everything is not entirely lifelike. Everything looks like it was taken from the paintings of Russian landscape artists of the 19th century. To be fair, it probably was. The grass is just too lush. The bushes are not like what bushes should be. They are so thick that you can't see anything through them, like treetops, honestly. And the trees themselves, the forest was quite far away, but the trees looked as if they had closed their ranks and were now just waiting for the order to advance onto the fields and plains. I caught my breath and looked at the bus, which was now barely visible. Gee, how long did you run? Not very long. That was a good run. Fear overtook me once again. Those power lines. There must be people here. But what does it mean? In fact, that means nothing at all. Couldn't they have power lines even in hell? Well, I don't know, maybe they won't. Roasting sinners over hot coals? That's so last century. Yeah. Sorry about that, Rosa. Please forgive. I must have reached the point of no return, after which you should either lose your mind completely or finally try to understand what is going on. I think I'll lose my mind. And while I still have a choice, I should pick the second option. Yeah, I'd prefer to lose my mind. I slowly headed back to the bus. Just gonna sit there for like 3 hours. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Of course, it was scary, but I'm not likely to find an answer in the fields or the woods, and this wretched bucket of bolts is the only kind of link that I have with the real world. Dot dot dot. Russian Arthur, that's the point. I should carefully scout the area. Sovionok. What does it say, Sovionok? Oh, a brick wall and its gates, crowded with a Sovionok sign, statues of pioneers standing on either side, and a road sign nearby showing the bus route number 410. The trip's taken a bit too long today. I smirked. A person may start acting inappropriately in extreme situations. Did I miss an innuendo there or something? Something like that is probably happening to me now. I mean, it probably is, to be fair. This place didn't look abandoned at all. No rust on the gates, no damage to the walls. It looked like that before, though, didn't it? No? Okay. Semyon. Who is Semyon? I mean, I guess that's me. Sovyonok. What could have a name like that? Not many things. Judging by the pioneer statues, it could be a kid's summer camp. It looks like it. What's that, guys? Moreover, it appears to be open. Yay! Thank you for the follow. I love going to open amusement park. I mean, summer camp. Of course, the simplest explanation, logically speaking, explains nothing at all. Yeah. The strange girl, the altered bus, summer, the pioneer camp. Pioneer. Oh. Altered bus. That was creepy. For those of you who are just tuning in, because there's 2 new people who tuned in. Basically, we're like some communist guy who basically spends 24/7 on his computer, and he went on a bus to a university reunion and ended up here. Bam. None was worse than any other, but there was really no way to pick a single one. Then it occurred to me, I could try to make a phone call. Yeah. Oh, this is actually nice. I took out my cell phone and dialed the first number from my contact list. No, but instead of single strength bar, the screen was showing a thick cross. Alright, there may be no signal in such a remote place. Though I cannot be the only one who came here. Buses don't drive themselves. They do. You just don't see them. They do it when you're asleep, so. I examined the bus from all sides to make sure it wasn't a hallucination. It isn't. Bits of dirt on the bottom, some rust here and there, faded paint and worn out tires. No, this is definitely a very ordinary Icarus. Yeah, exactly the kind of bus which takes you to places beyond your understanding if you carelessly fall asleep. I gave a nervous chuckle. It came out by itself, sporadically, because this was in the right place or time to laugh. But where on earth is the driver? Yeah. Where is he? I cautiously sat down on the curb beside the bus and started to wait. ... My patience didn't last long. It was like 1 second. Jeez. My anxiety seemed to have reached its peak, and I started to go slightly mad. Man, you must have sat there for like 10 hours or something. In such a situation, anyone would probably have felt something similar. I don't know. I don't get bored after an hour. After a second, rather. Aliens and parallel universes were gone from my imagination. leaving only void and darkness. Oh, so sad. Is this how everything will end? How my life will end? I don't know, you didn't have much of a life when you spoke about it earlier. But I wanted to do so much. There were so many things that I had no time for yet. You didn't even do any of this stuff. You're sitting at home 24/7 on your computer. I was overwhelmed by the idea. This was definitely the end. Definitely the end. But why? Why? It's not fair. Surely I'm no worse than anyone else. God, why? Tears were burning my eyes unbearably. I curled up and started rolling in the grass. Oh. That's sad. That's really sad. Alright, gotta take a quick 2-minute break. Just do this real quick. Just forgot to set something else down. Alright, there we go. Much better. Tears were burning my eyes unbearably. I curled up and started rolling in the grass. Jeez, I must have gone a bit nuts. Why? What did I do? Why me? But my cries were only heard by the speechless statues of the pioneers and a bird on a tree, which immediately flapped its wings and took off, crying out something in its own bird language, as if laughing at the idiot who dared to interrupt its after-dinner nap. I was left breathless from weeping and just lay quietly, sobbing occasionally. ... After a while, I managed to pull myself together. Yes, my mind cleared up a bit, as if terror and the fear of death gave me a little break. All in all, just another brick in the wall. If someone wanted to kill me, what is all this for? They're gonna kill you nicely. Come on. It doesn't look like an experiment either. I don't know, it kinda does. If this is just some crazy coincidence, then there's probably no threat. Yeah. Anyway, for now it seems there's no danger. You can relax. The panic was soon gone. Of course, the blood was still pounding my temples, and my hands were still shaking, but at least I could think clearly now. Good. That's great. I'm glad you can think clearly now. Right now, there's nothing that can really change anyway. So no matter how much I think or how mad I get, it would only make things worse. Until some actual facts appear, there's really no point in making guesses. In any case, I won't learn anything by lounging around here. Yeah, you won't, so get off your bum. The camp, if of course it is really a camp, looked like the only place where people could be, so I decided to go there, and hardly had I reached the gates when a girl came out from behind them. Oh. Who are you? Wearing a pioneer uniform. It's a little bit too tight. It's definitely a very tight pioneer uniform. My logic didn't let me down this time. Then again, a pioneer uniform in the 21st century. He figured it out. He went back in time. And then again, a girl here? I froze, unable to take a step. He also has like some kind of fear of girls. He doesn't say it, but he really does. I felt very much like running away. Running as far away as I could from this place. Far from this bus, gates, statues, and far from this bloody bird with its siesta. What bird? Weirdo. Just running, free like the wind, faster and faster, waving to the planets passing by, winking at the guy. Okay, he's gone, man. Yeah, he's out, okay. Running, becoming a pulse array, and turning into vestigial radiation, running to face the unknown. Wow. Run no matter where, as long as it is far away from this place. Oh. Oh boy. Meanwhile, the girl came closer and smiled. I could not help but notice her beauty, even though I was trembling with fear. Well, I don't know. It's not bad. Human instincts worked independent, misspelled that, that's fine, of consciousness, and while only 5% of the brain is responsible for cognitive processes, the remaining 95%, no. We use only 5% of the brain. Come on, watch Lucy and then tell me, or 1% or whatever. The remaining 95% are always busy sustaining life, and in particular, ensuring stable functioning of the hormonal system. I kind of forgot to read that out loud. I desperately wanted to get less complicated and stop thinking in formal quotes from an encyclopedia, though my thoughts appeared one by one, being stupid, out of place, as if taken from an internal monologue of the hero of some junky softcore crime fiction book. She's just like standing here for 3 hours waiting for us to just finish thinking. Her pretty Slavic face, long braids that looked like 2 armfuls of fresh hay, and blue eyes you could drown in. Well, Pioneer Girl. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do like a really annoying voice. Hi, you must have just arrived. There we go, that's better. Do you reply? Vote? Should we reply? No? Are we replying? You tell me. Alright, I'll wait for the stream to catch up and then we'll see. Okay, stream's caught up. Apparently there's no answers. Alright, we're gonna reply. Yeah. Alright then, welcome. Nice hair. She smiled broadly. Strange. It looks as if I had just a normal girl in front of me. Bah, I shouldn't have returned here. The woods and fields seem better. But what shall I do next? Try to speak with her as if she was human? Or run away? Or what? Don't run away, that's dumb. The blood was pumping unbearably in my head, along with another place, if you know what I mean. Tearing it apart from the inside. A little bit more, and the poor Pioneer Girl would be splattered with the gruesome contents of my skull. I wouldn't go that far, my God. What's so funny about that? The girl looked me over. I don't know what's funny about that. It sent shivers down my spine, and my knees started to tremble. Jeez, this guy's just a nervous wreck. What kind of breakdown? Great then. Great? What's so great about that? Suddenly a thought crossed my mind. Ah, to hell with it all. Forget about the bus behind me, the fact that it was winter yesterday and summer today. I wanted to rip off my itchy sweater and just accept that all this is actually happening. Everything is as it should be. All this is for the best. Would you happen to know? You should go to our camp leader. She'll tell you everything. Great. Look, you go straight ahead to the square, then turn left. You'll see several small cabins. Good. She pointed at the gates as if I knew what was behind them. Dimitrievna's patronymic, a derivative. Okay. Well, you can ask someone where Olga Dimitrievna's cabin is. I, Got it? Of course I didn't. Well, I've got to go now. No, where you go? What? The girl waved her hand at me and disappeared through the gate. It seemed as if to her I was something ordinary. Oh, so sad. And all the show with the bus and the travels while awake or asleep were troubling only to me, while everything here is just the way it is supposed to be. Camp leader, pioneer uniform, yeah. What? Are they doing a historical reenactment here? I mean, they probably are. Come on, give them some credit. I hope I won't find Lemmings standing atop an armored car in this square. But even that would not surprise me right now. Probably wouldn't me, to be perfectly honest. After standing alone for a while, I headed into the camp. Great. A mere 15 meters ahead, a small one-story house popped up on the left side. The sign near the door said clubs. Clubs, wow. I was about to come closer. For you. When the door suddenly opened and a short girl wearing a pioneer uniform came out. Her pretty face gave me the impression of one suffering for the fate of the whole of mankind with a truly universal sorrow. Man, this guy knows some stuff, doesn't he? As soon as she saw me, the girl froze, as if frightened. Why are you frightened? What's so frightened? I froze too, considering what was best to do. To approach first, or wait until she showed some initiative. Or maybe run away after all. Although this last option was constantly being suggested only by my self-preservation instinct. At least that's what I'd like to believe. Not the worst human instinct, but far from the most logical. If this instinct played poker against deductive abilities, the outcome would be predetermined. Yeah, it would. I know that. And those deductive abilities, or at least their semblance, were hinting to me that there was no need to be afraid of this girl. Whoa, who are you? A girl wearing a bright red t-shirt with a USSR written on it. It says CCCP. I think that's what, isn't that what Russians call the USSR? I think it is. Such a perfect reproduction of the age. She looked quite short from a distance, but was probably younger than both pioneer girls, the one at the gate and this girl at the door of the clubs. At last I decided to come closer, but the USSR, as I called her in my mind, jumped towards the first girl and started telling her something while wildly waving her arms. The other girl, in turn, seemed confused and lowered her gaze, remaining silent. She didn't lower, she looked straight at us. I would probably have continued to observe their amusing dialogue, but the USSR suddenly pulled something out of her pocket and started waving it in front of the first girl's face. No one waves up in people's faces. What is that? This something turned out to be a grasshopper. What happened to our USSR? Yeah, what, you can like eat it? Okay then. The first girl squealed. She must not be too keen on insects, as she looks pretty happy, as she instantly rushed off towards the place where Lenin presumably made his speech about the workers' and peasants' revolution. What did? That is to say, towards the square. The USSR glanced at me, grinned playfully, and dashed after. Okay, not a bad start to the day. No, not really. I have absolutely no clue where I am, besides that there are some kids here role-playing as pioneers. Wow. And as far as I could tell, This place is located thousands of kilometers away from my home. Well, it's still Russia, isn't it, though? Although I guess Russia is like thousands of kilometers, to be fair. And as far as I can tell, this place is located thousands of kilometers away from my home. It might even be a different reality, maybe. And this was indeed a reality. I mean, everything around me seemed so real, if a little embellished, that I was starting to think that in fact my previous life could have just been a dream. And what am I supposed to do now? I don't know, ... I was picking at the cracked paving stones with my shoe and started staring aimlessly at the club's building. Just a few more seconds before I have to come up with some decision. That's when I recalled myself rolling on the grass, weeping. I cringed in disgust. Yeah, you better. Perhaps this is another instinct. When all energy for whimpering and self-pitying is used up, the body either goes into hibernation, or mobilizes its reserves. What? Mine seemed to have chosen the second option, because out of the blue, I found the determination to figure out what was going on. And in order to do that, I had to act like a man, like a human, to maintain the dignity of a representative of my own world. Yeah. I followed the path to the left, on the right side of which stood small cabins, apparently the homes of the local pioneers. Actually, they looked quite cozy from the outside. Even though I was born in the Soviet Union, I had never been a part of its children's organizations, neither the pioneers nor even the young October children. I imagined the daily life of a typical pioneer camp a bit differently. Barracks with long rows of metal bunks. Wake-up call at 6 o'clock, played by a siren. 1 minute to make your bed, then join the formation at the Joe Square. Or wait, could I be confusing with something else? Well, suddenly something struck me on the back. I staggered, but remained on my feet, turned around and prepared to fight heroically for my life. Wow, she looks pretty angry. But all I found was another girl standing before me. My mouth hung open in surprise. Pick your jaw up off the ground, you filthy scum. I closed my mouth. The same pioneer uniform, but the way she was wearing it looked, let's say, provocative. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, come on. Slightly provocative, no? I mean, see that. Don't watch this at work, people, by the way. Not this night. Like all the girls I'd met here before, this one was rather cute, but her overly arrogant expression killed any desire to get to know her better. Yeah, look how arrogant she is. That smug little, you know. New here, are you? Yes, I am. I'm a girl. ... Fine. See ya. She threw that doesn't look very threatening. A threatening glance at me and walked past. I waited for the pioneer girl to turn at the corner. Who knows what else she might have been up to? The most interesting thing was that even this hostile girl seemed completely normal to me. She did not give off the feeling of some deadly danger. I hope not. I mean, come on, that'd be sad. Except maybe the danger of getting punched in the nose. Alright, well, what are these? Okay, we're gonna save our game. Because I do not want to go through all that. Let me save our game. Hello? Save? Yeah. It's day 1. How many days are there? Goodness, is it? Yeah, it is. Day 1, my god. What is this? Okay, that's the main menu. This is saving. Oh. Oh, I guess it is. Okay. Well, alrighty then. Thanks for watching, everyone. That was Everlasting Summer. I'll probably play more of that tomorrow. Actually pretty good. Now we've got to past like I mean, literally, it's been about a 15-minute intro, I kid you not. So now we finally got past it. The stream's been running for an hour, and we only like spent 10 minutes in this count. So anyway, it seems pretty cool, honestly. Something that you could really get into, and yeah. So anyway, this will probably get split up into parts and go onto YouTube. Um, that's what I'm probably gonna start doing now. Putting either the highlights or the actual full stream on YouTube. Probably for this, I'll put it in the full stream because you need a bit of backstory and everything. And it's a story-based game, so. Alright, well, that's about it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. It means a lot. If you want to know when I go live every day, just click that follow button. If you're on the mobile app, it's that little person with that plus next to them. Or you can just click follow if you're watching on the internet. But yeah, let me know what you want to see. I actually got recommended this by somebody, by my friend. He said, why don't you play this in the stream? It's pretty fun. I said, fine. And it's a pretty good game, honestly. I'm gonna probably play more of it tomorrow. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. Leave a follow. It's completely free, so don't subscribe. Please don't. I don't even have a subscribe, so. And there's no way to donate, so don't bother looking. And I don't even want to donate for the stream. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Everlasting Summer. Go check it out. It's pretty fun. We'll be playing more of this tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.